learn some stuff here. So I started the recording. Now you are the host. Yes, you are the host. And share your screen.
Okay, hold on. Let's just do the. Share my screen. How do I share the screen? Okay. Share screen.
Yeah. Okay. Now you can show me what you are trying to do.
I just put it on the note. Speaker.
Yeah. Put it.
Can you see that? Can you see that, Raghu?
Yes, I can see.
But I didn't implement it on IntelliGen Zero. I just put it on the notepad.
No, copy it. Where did you copy this code from?
Select all, copy from Google. I didn't write it down.
Okay, copy it your now IntelliJ or whatever, and let's make it work.
Okay.
Yeah, you are using IntelliJ, that too with a dark theme. Okay, fine. Can you fix that error? What is the problem?
Yes, error occurred using compiling module test information is used to compile Java sources. The computer with one error or 0 warnings is public, should be declared in a file name. Okay, the file name, right? They're telling me to change the file name, right? The one right here.
Yes. Change the name of main.java to evennumbers.java. Same as the class name.
Okay, so just main, right? Main.java, right?
Yes. Change the name of the file. Yes. No. Always main is not a good way. I don't know from where you copied. Even numbers, let the class name be like that, and change the name of the file to even numbers.
Okay.
No, .java I need to put. Yeah. Does it wait? What is the program I gave? See, you have copied, that is not a problem, but try to understand what's the code you have got.
Okay.
Does it do what I'm asking you?
Yep.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, run it.
Which ID is this?
IntelliJ.
Okay.
See, IntelliJ, you can use multiple themes. She has used the dog theme. See, now, based on the output, you tell me what's the thing I'm asking you, what it is showing.
Printing even numbers from, it says 1 to 50 and you asked me from 1 to 100, right?
Yeah, can you change it?
Yes, I just have to change this from 100, that's it, right?
Yes, yes.
And then I can run it again. And now it's 1 to 100.
Can you make this output to print on a new line every time?
This, to a new line?
Yes.
I didn't get the question. Do you want?
See, basically, you're printing all the output in the same line.
Oh,
Can you
want
print
to
all
put-
the output in a new line? Every item in the new line. Like 2,
Okay.
4, another line. Sorry, 2, 4, 6, 8. All
Yeah.
of them are in a different line. Can you do it?
Oh no, I don't remember.
Just try. What do you think you need to change? Do your guesswork.
Something here maybe to have the break in the middle of the answer. Oh, right here maybe. I print the I and then is equals to, I put the comma right here.
Okay, put it. Let's see.
What else I have to put? Break in here?
Hamza, do you know the answer for what I'm asking to this girl?
Yeah, yes, Raghu, I just recently did it. So that's
Okay.
the
Can you
only-
tell her what to change?
Okay, see, as you see your output, it says in your output, it's saying printing even number between 1 and 100, and then it's going to a different line. So if you add print and if you add ln next to the print, it will start adding a line to it. Just add ln to the next print where you have I at the last, very last line.
Right here?
Next to the print, when
Okay.
just add ln after
Yeah,
T.
right here. Okay.
That's
So
it.
Tahani, copying the code is fine from internet,
Oh.
but try to understand what you are doing. Okay.
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 Thank you.
Now, can you explain me what's happening in this code, Tahani?
Yes, that is the main right here.
Okay.
And the main string or so what we take it as an integer and we make a variable with the name limit and we
Okay.
put the value till 100 that it should be is equals to 100. Then this in this 100 we said that printing this is the string like it's in the code, so it's a string printing even numbers between 1 and so that's and then we are printing the numbers like plus limit, so it's going to be whatever the number whatever the value we catch from here in the loop, whatever the numbers come the limit, it's going to be printed here. So after that we said that if the numbers should be equals to 0 1 and then if it's less than whatever we have, like for example if we have 4 and it's less than I, then you have to add one more to it. So it's 2 4 6 8 10 like this.
Okay. Now I have a question to Hamza. Hamza, what is the purpose of this modulo operator in line number 15?
Line number 15.
Not to
Operator.
you, Sahani.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hamza, line number 15.
Right.
What is it doing? I percentage 2. What is that percentage operator called?
Percentage.
You can Google it if you want, not a problem.
I knew it, but it's been some time.
It's called modulo operator. Do you know what it does right now?
No, but yes, no.
So Tahani, what is it doing? I modulo 2 means?
I don't know either. Sorry.
Yeah, Google it. Both of you can Google it and you can tell me.
Other than using modulator operator, there is another way to do it also, right?
See, there are hundreds of ways. That's fine. Point is, it's not about solving the problem. It's about if we done something, understand what you guys have done.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you check what is that line doing? Line number 15. Because Tahani was able to explain line number 12. What's happening in that for loop? But she was not able to explaining what happening in that if block. So Hamza, what's happening in line number 12?
1 second. I was on the other screen. Line number 12. Line number 12 basically is just doing a for loop where it goes and it checks like integer is equal to 1. Then basically, if it's less than the limit, it just adds 1. It just keeps on doing the loop.
Okay,
Once it does the loop, line number 15 is the one that is bringing all the numbers from 1 to 100, and then it's dividing, like then it's bringing.
No. It's not like bringing all the numbers. For every number, it's executing that condition. See, line number 13 to 17 are all part of that for loop.
Okay, that's in the same loop. Okay.
So within that for loop, that if condition is there. That means
Conditions.
anything that is there in the for loop is a loop. It's all part of the
Right.
same code. So
Okay.
now you need to
Right.
understand what's happening in line number 15. It's not like bringing all the numbers together. No. It's doing one number at a time. That's the if block. That's a for loop. You do something for every item. So yeah, tell me that line number 15. What's happening in that percentage operator?
Okay, I got that.
It's basically dividing it. It's checking
And
if
operand.
it's getting.
Okay, if that is a
So,
dividing, then what is slash meant for? You're saying this percentage is dividing. Okay.
Right.
Then what is slash meant for? Slash.
Which slash?
Backslash.
I will show you. Can you see the chat window?
Oh, the divide slash. Okay, I got it.
So
So that is a
This
slash.
the slash under is just to write something which just should not be executed, right?
see, there are two things, not two ways, two things. I
Oh, you are saying, oh,
I
yeah,
slash
got it,
2,
okay.
I modulo 2. What's the difference between both these statements?
Got it. Percentage is when you are dividing by 100. This is the percentage actual reason is. I don't know.
Okay, do one thing. You make me the host and I will share my screen. You make me the host.
Okay.
Made me the host?
How? I don't know.
No, you're
Just
not yet
remote
made me the
control.
host.
Oh, I got it.
Okay, yes, now I'm the.
Yeah.
No. Not I'm asking you controlling your screen. I'm asking you to make me the host so that I can share my screen.
Just right click on his name, open participant.
Yeah, right click on it. Good, Hamza, go on.
Right click on his name and just give him the host.
Okay.
Hey, Anjali, you joined this Java training? Anjali?
Hi, Prasad.
Yeah, today is Java training. You want to listen to Java training also?
I was just logging in and like I just saw the something.
Fine.
is
If you
going
want
on.
to learn Java, no problem. I don't have any issues.
Can I just see what's happening?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
This is a recap of session 1 and I'm just making them to learn certain stuff.
Okay. I'll just go through the lesson just for today.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thank you.
See, even if you want, you can attend daily. I don't have any issues. But point is, since you are learning DevOps, if you try to learn this Java thing separately, I mean, you need to put more effort. That's the only thing.
Okay.
Okay, now, since you are there, you can also answer this question. So Hamza, what do you think? I/2, I %2. So Tahan, you also can answer. What's the difference between both of these statements?
Slash is going to be basically the division between the numbers.
Okay, but till now you were saying percentage is division.
No, I went online and
It's
figured it out.
modulus, right?
This is division. Okay. What is
The
this?
other one is modulus.
What do you mean by modulus?
The reminder when we
No.
divide something.
Anjali, is that you?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Now let's give Tahani more chance. I know you're a bit smart. Okay, Tahani, what is this? Tahani? Hello, Tahani?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah. What is this?
This is
So-
the modulus.
Okay, modulus. So now let's say I has 4. Let's say I equal to 4. So now what is the result of this and result of this? Can you tell me, Hamza?
It's going to be the 2 for the first one. Just
Okay.
2.
Second one,
2 and 4.
2, 4.
Yes.
Tahani, do you think this output is 2, 4 for the second one?
It's actually the modulus. It's saying that you do the remainder. Like for example, 4 divided by
Exactly.
2.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
gonna be the.
This is not
4.
called modulus. Yeah, I can say modulo, so whatever. But typically in Java, it's called modulo. But yeah, mathematically, it's called modulus. It is 0. So basically, this is. Can you share the Zoom link? Who is 346? 346907. Yeah, first let me see. Okay. Yeah, go on, Tahani. Go on. That's a reminder. Tahani?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now tell me from your program just by looking at it. Now, can you explain me your program line by line? You just tell me. You don't need to show your screen. Just tell me.
Okay, let me open that.
Yeah, you just open. No need to share with me. You just tell me what do you think is happening in your program now from line number 15. Hamza, have you understood now your mistake?
Yes, sir.
So what is the I modulo 2 means?
So you are asking from Hamza or me? I mean, this question, the
Any of
modulus.
you can tell. See, both of you are in a learning stage. Any of you can tell.
Can you explain me a little bit about this modulus again, just a little bit?
No, you guys tell. See, basically, okay. Anjali, are you're there in the call, right? Anjali?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes. Now your
Yeah.
turn.
Okay.
So can you say, Anjali, can you explain to, you understood this, right? I modulo
Yes.
2 means?
Yes,
Excellent.
yes.
Can you explain,
Mhm.
Tahani, what it means now? Line number 9.
Okay. So I modulus 2 means whatever the number comes with I, when we divide the number with 2, the result is a remainder. Like if I is equal to 4, when we divide 4 with 2, 4 by 2 gives, the answer is 2 and the remainder will be 0. And the 0 is called the modulus, modulo in Java.
Have you understood, Tahani?
Yes, I got it.
Okay, now one of you can answer. 5, not you, Anjali. I think with your smartness, you can attend whichever the session you want, Anjali. No problem. I
It's
think
just the basics. I know the basics, but
no, that's
I'm
fine.
not sound in
Basics
programming.
only, it's very tough. Okay, Hamza, now can you tell me what is this one? 5 modulo 4. What will be the result? Tahani, what is the result for this? 5 modulo 4?
It's gonna be 5. 5. 2 times 2, 4. It's gonna be 1.
Excellent. Remainder is 1.
Remainder is 1.
Now, can you tell me the result for this? What is the result for 5 divided by 4?
It's 5 divided by 4. 4 times. So you are asking about the remainder, or you are asking about the answer? Because the
I'm
remainder
asking
is
this one.
0.
I'm asking
Oh,
5
you are
divided
asking
by
this one.
4.
Okay.
It's not modulo. 5
So it's
divided.
gonna be for 1.22 like this. Like it's gonna be keep going 1.22 something.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So
then
basically you are
1.2.
dividing it,
Yes, you are dividing.
and then so if you say in Java or even Python also same thing. If you say like this, int of this means whatever the answer you get 1.22 or whatever, the moment you say int of, or typically you can say like this, int of means you're converting it. If you say like this, typically in Java, so what it becomes is you're just rounding off the decimal, it will just come as 1.
Okay. Yeah, because okay, so if it's gonna be 1.5, it's gonna be 2, right?
Yes. No. I mean, that again depends on truncation, all those. Yeah, it can be 1.52. There is upper thing. But point is, you are just focusing on when you say int of something. Yeah, you are only showing the integer part. Yeah, you can keep it to this extent. No need to go exactly deep. I've understood these two lines now, Hamza.
Yes, Raghu.
So one is modulus, other is a division. You normally say, what is that? Dividend. No, I forgot. Divisor is what you divide. Quotient, yeah. Quotient is a correct mathematical term. Maybe Tahani knows from her kids. Right, Tahani?
Yes.
Quotient, yeah. What you get is quotient.
Coefficient.
Yeah, quotient, whatever. I'm sure, Anjali, you know both of this result. You understood, right?
Yes.
Fine.
Yes.
See, this thing might look very simple, but of course, thing is, if you don't know, you will not know. So now looking at your program, Hamza, because you had the same solution from Tahani, very similar. So now what's happening in the remainder of the program? Like you get a for loop in that if block. Now you know with this condition, you check like, yeah, just explain from this Sayada's thing. So if you see here, this was assumed pretty much that line number 12, wherever you have the if block. Instead of limit, she has used n. Then you have this if block where it does I modulo 2 equal to 0, 0. Now can you explain, Hamza, what's happening in this program?
The double equal to is just saying that if the number is equal to 0. So
Okay. Okay.
none of the numbers are going to be 0. They're going to start with 2.
No, you're wrong. Tahani, can you explain me the program of this last few lines from for loop? Because it's same as your program, very similar. Can you explain me the last 4 lines?
Yes. It says the int is equal.
Yeah, go on.
Just give me 1 minute.
Yeah, take your time. Anjali, can you explain what's happening in that highlighted block? Hello, Anjali.
Yes, I'm here. I was trying to unmute myself. That's a for loop. The number of I will keep repeating.
Yes.
If the modulus, okay,
Yes.
the number starts from 1 and less than or equal to n, and n is number 100. Okay, so from number 1 onwards, it will go up to 99, I think. Or,
yes.
No, till 100 is equal to 100. Yeah. And each number will be getting divided by 2.
Yes.
If the number divided by 2 doesn't give you a reminder, like if the reminder is 0, then the number will get printed.
Okay, so finally what will get printed?
All the even numbers.
Yeah. Have you understood now, Hamza, what Anjali said?
Yes, I got it now.
Okay.
I was looking at it differently.
Yeah, that happens. Tahani, are you back?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. Have you understood what Anjali has said just now?
Yeah, when I said give me a minute, I was just trying to repeat my words while I.
Oh, I thought you went to attend your son. Okay.
No, that's fine. That's fine. But
yeah,
I got it. Yeah.
So let's do a small thing. Now, can you tell what happens in this? Not you, Anjali, only Tahani. If you see this program, I did a slide change. Now, in this program, what happens, Tahani?
It's gonna the I. So I, for example, if I is the I is gonna be it's gonna be 1 2. So
Yeah,
nothing.
go on.
There is nothing which equals to 1, because when I go to 5, when I 5 divided to 5 divided by 2, the remainder will be 1. So
Okay.
5 will be printed. Then if it's gonna be 7, so whatever the remainder is gonna be equals to 1, it's gonna be printed. But if so, yeah.
So finally,
Anything
what? So finally, what will be printed? What will be the output?
So I was just 11. So that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to figure out, because you're gonna receive 1 not if you're gonna divide. For example, I'm saying if you it's gonna be 10,
Yeah, do
11
one
here.
thing. In your system, do this
Yeah.
small change and tell me what will be the output.
Okay, all right, just.
And I'm sure, Elias, you understood what I'm asking, right, Elias? Oh, he's only in the, I think, video mode. Fine. I think, Anjali, you understood what I'm asking, right?
Yes, I got it.
Okay, good. So, Hamza, have you understood now what I'm asking in that specific question?
Yes, I already ran it in my Eclipse.
So, what will be the output, Hamza?
Even numbers. Sorry, odd numbers. Odd numbers.
Odd numbers,
So,
yeah.
what will be
I
the
received
numbers
one.
that will be printed, Hamza?
Okay, so last number is 99. The first number is 3.
No, it should come with 1.
Yes, sorry. The first number is 1, and then 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, then all the odd
Okay.
numbers.
Have you understood now, Tahani? Hello, Tahani.
Yes, I got it. I got it. Yeah.
Okay, today I will teach a very, very specific stuff for next few minutes, and then we'll just wind up here. And today, no exercise. You just try to read something on your own, whatever. And again, we'll meet on Monday. So, except for Elias, does any of you know what is wrapper class in Java? Or what is this something called boxing and unboxing? I'm going to explain you, but I'm just going to ask first. Does any of you know what? Yeah, you know this,
No,
Sanjay?
I don't know. I don't know. I was just telling. I don't
Fine,
know
fine.
about wrapper class.
Okay, let's see what is this thing called. So, like in other languages, there is a primitive data type in Java also. Int, char, all those things. You just need to remember 2 things. Int and double. Forget about float. Int means integer. Double means a decimal number. Oh, this guy has given very tough. You just think this way. 13.65, a real number or decimal number. So, this is nothing but a float or whatever, a decimal number and a integer. So just remember these 2 things. Now, they are called primitive data types in Java. So point is, in Java, everything is an object, as we seen in the previous class. So what happens is, see this thing. When this thing is only an interview question. You might not even think about it in any way, this thing. But in interviews, they might ask you, what is a wrapper class in Java? What is boxing, unboxing? They might just ask you. So point is, see here, integer x equal to 5. So this 5, even though it's an integer in a primitive data type in Java, it is represented by int. Which int? This int, the same as in program. We have the habit of using primitive data type without realizing. But actually, Java, everything is a class, means everything is an object. Object means, as we saw in the previous class, it will have some variables, methods, all those stuff. But for a int, it's not a class, it's just a data type. You cannot have all this. This is the biggest thing many people don't even realize. Same thing with me for many, many years. Now, so this I is int in Java, primitive data type. When you assign it like this, where x is an object of type integer, so 5 becomes integer within x, means x has something called integer value of primitive type 5. Now, when you do the additions like x equal to x plus 10, whatever you want. So additions are for primitive data types. See the confusion here. So that time what it does, Java converts from your integer type to primitive int type. This thing you might not even recollect. Again, you look at this concept after 10 classes or at the end of this entire thing. So point is, this line is boxing, other line is unboxing. But it's a very standard, or sometimes it can be a Java question, boxing and unboxing, and all these classes. For now, just imagine about primitive data type to Java class mapping, like integer to int. This integer is nothing but a wrapper class. So you just remember this much. Which one?
So you are saying primitive data types are like integer and string. These are called primitive data.
Wrapper classes. Yes.
Okay.
See, primitive data types are int, float, double, char, byte. Yeah, long is there. Long integer. It has some range specifically. These are the primitive data types. Equivalent Java classes are integer, not float. Sorry. Yeah, this is it looks easy, but it's quite confusing. Float, double, char, byte. Char, I think, is not a class. Yeah, char is not a class. Sorry. Char is not the one, because char is different. Character. You have string, that is different. Then we have long. There is something called big decimal, big integer, all those things. I'm not going to teach now. That is very, very good, because if I tell into that level, it might be overboard. I'm going to teach this later on, big integer and big decimal, but it will be useful. So these are called wrapper classes. And you can practice this specific program very, very nice. Boxing and unboxing. Have you heard this before?
I didn't heard. I don't know about others. I don't know.
Yeah, have you heard this, Anjali, anytime before?
I heard that before, but I never knew this was a thing.
Oh, you know so many things. Wow. Even Linux
I have
also.
heard of this. As a part of my studies, I have learned this stuff. Like, I know the theoretical side. Maybe that's the thing.
Okay, fine. Now let's see one more concept. We have seen the numbers. Characters, we will not spend, we'll hardly spend any time. That boxing, unboxing is not a concept to understand. It's just for your interviews. And you can look at this thing maybe after 20 classes or later on. Character is like a single character. And escape sequence also we will see. We will see all those things. That time only you'll understand. Character strings. Yeah, strings are somewhat helpful. So basically, you have a string. I mean, this yeah, let me show you some stuff with the same string. You practice these things in your IDE, so you'll learn really well. This is one big drawback with Java. Anything you want to open the Java based programs, it will take so much time. This one is Python. I'm closing it. I will launch it again. Just see how fast it opens. Just it opened. And my system is SSD, solid state, almost like a Mac hard drive. But still, see this Java program, it's taking so much time to launch.
Okay. Can I ask you something, Prasad?
Yes, go on.
Can we do the same on Spring Boot or Spring Suite or something like that?
You can definitely see what is Spring Tool Suite. You were talking about STS, Spring Tool Suite, right?
Uh-huh.
You can definitely do, but STS is internally Eclipse. They just added some wrapper and some other stuff. Yeah, STS also pretty good.
Oh, okay.
That's also pretty good. It has some slight different features, but pretty much it's the same thing. I mean, it's based on Eclipse.
The code will be the same, right?
Yeah, code will be same. It's just based on Eclipse only.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just printing a string here. I want to actually show some very specific stuff. See here, string one is a string. See, the moment I press dot, you get this. So Tahan, I think you were asking at the start of this today's session, can we practice in Notepad, or why people are saying, if you practice in Notepad, you will not know what are the methods for a given type. Now, if you see here, string one, see here, I will type again. String one. See, it's clearly saying it is a string. It's helping. IDE is helping us. Means it is a string type. I'll put dot. It's clearly telling what's the methods possible because it's belong to string class, and the string one is an object, instantiation of string class. So the moment I put dot, you'll see all the methods. So now you can do whatever you want with a string. You have value of at a specific location, whatever. So this is the advantage of practicing with an IDE. You can practice with IntelliJ or even Eclipse, anything is fine, or even Spring Tool Suite or even NetBeans. But that's the thing. So you always practice with an IDE. I just thought, let me show you a simple string program. That's the thing. String, we can do concatenations, all those things. That is also not my focus. So again, we'll meet on Monday. We'll start with arrays and then we'll not spend much time on any of this. We'll go on arrays and then we'll get into exceptions. I will show what is an exception. Then we'll get into some Java OOPS concepts. Inheritance, abstraction. These are also somewhat your interview questions. After that, we'll get into data structures. So to go into our data structures and collections, which is again standard interview questions, we'll take another 2 to 3 classes. But next class, we'll be focusing on arrays and exceptions. Okay, we can drop off. Any questions before we drop off? Tahani, Hamza, Anjali?
For this class, you want us to do like Java, practice for Java boxing and unboxing, that's what, or the string?
Unboxing, actually, you don't need to remember it or do it because it's just an interview question. See, Java, it works. It works, you don't doing anything. But point is, that is a concept. It's called wrapper class. So it's more of an interview question. If you can recollect and remember, it's very good. But point is, I'm telling you, see, even this person, Anjali, who has done some, I think your master's computer science, right, Anjali?
Yes.
See, even though she has done master's in computer science, she still forgot. But point is not only about her, anyone. See, certain things you don't need to remember and you won't remember. So you don't need to practice on this. In fact, today, if you want, you can just look into your class because today for such a simple program, we spent some time. Why? Because I really want you to guys practice and think. Because every small thing you're making mistakes. If you're not able to do this, if you get into the Spring Boot, all those things, this beginners and basics, you will not be able to think much. Even if you want to think much, you should understand certain thing. That's the reason I'm clearly saying you do it. So you can just recap of the first session and today's session. You can just take a relook if possible. And that's pretty much enough. And the next class will focus on arrays and exceptions. Then we'll get into OOPS concepts of Java. Okay, guys. Bye, Hamza.
Bye, Raghu.
Yeah, see you, Anjali. Anjali, you want to ask any question right now or nothing?
No, not now.
I think for your smartness, you can definitely attend all the Java stuff. I will spend another 4 to 5 classes in core Java. Then I will spend again probably 3 to 4 classes in Java 8. Because nowadays, Java 8 has become very standard. Have you worked on Java 8? Tell me the features of Java 8 and especially Java 8 streams. It became very standard question. Then only I will get into Java 8 and I'll get into Spring Core and then I'll get into Spring Boot. If you
No,
want,
no,
you
no.
can.
I just asked Spring Tool because I just heard of that, like when I did browsing something. I just
I
heard that
think
there.
I think with your smartness, you should attend the Java class because that way you'll have more options. And yeah, it's up to you. So that way it will be always good because sometimes in DevOps roles also, people ask, "Do you know Java?" So it can be an added advantage. When you say you know Java, they expect you to know Java as well as Java 8. If you say again, I don't know Java, then they'll say, okay, no. So when you say Java, they expect you to know Java 8 as well.
Okay.
And Tahani, okay, Tahani, any other questions before we drop off?
Raghu, this is Ahmed Shahab over here. I'm sorry, I just joined at the last minute.
Yeah, that's fine. You are
I-
Ilyas, right?
Yes, man.
Go on, man.
Yeah. So the thing is, man, the struggle I am having right now on my current job, right,
Okay.
is to understand the folder structure, man, of the Java program. Like there you have got libraries. how
Okay,
they
we'll
are
do one thing, Ilyas. We'll do one thing. We'll close this session. Immediately, we'll join again. And
Yeah.
I think all of you guys, you can spend some additional time if you don't have additional work at home. Why? Because now you're going to discuss with Ilyas about some job support stuff. Like job support in the sense is job related. So that will be a very good experience for you people. And
Yeah.
I'm going to record that session as well. So always seeing then a recorded session, seeing the live session is better. So
Yeah.
now I'm disconnecting and all of you can rejoin now again.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.